another edition of the Polettirosa Homestead. Today we are going to be canning carrots. I have a lot of canning to do. It's not only carrots, but I've got green beans, a lot of green beans. So for canning carrots, let's go over what we need. I've got my canner. In fact, I've got another one outside. With your canner, make sure that your airflow valve is nice and clean. I blow into it to make sure that there is no obstructions in the way. I've got my jiggler, and I've got the tray that goes on the bottom of the canner, because always remember one thing, glass can never touch the bottom of your canner. If you don't have a tray, put a cloth, put a towel, put something down. I've got my carrots, my funnel, jar lifter, and I'm using a skewer today for a debubbler. I've got all my flats, and I've got nice clean jars, okay? But there's one thing missing. The most important thing that you need today for canning. My coffee, as always. Okay, so let's get into some canning. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you got your jars. And I am going to do what's called a raw pack, which means they've not been blanched or cooked or anything yet. That's the way I like them. So what you're going to do is make sure your hands are nice and clean, which mine are. I just got done washing them. And fill your jars with your carrots. Making sure you don't drop any. And one thing I forgot was salt. Now today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to put some herbs in them. I'm growing so many fresh herbs, so I want to make sure that I use them whenever I can. Okay, so I'm going to get my herbs ready, and my salt ready, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the herb I decided to do today was tarragon. Tarragon is extremely healthy for the body, so we're going to start with tarragon. So what you're going to do is you're going to take chicken broth. And I have chicken bone broth that I did myself. And I'm going to do roughly 4 cups of chicken bone broth. And I just fell a hair bit short, so I'm just going to add a little water to it. Okay, and then I'm going to add, I have dehydrated garlic, so I'm just going to take roughly like a little bit. I'm going to make sure I chop it up better than what it is chopped up right now. I love putting garlic in everything I do. It is so healthy for the body. And I grow my own garlic here, so this is all garlic from my garden. Right now it's drying in the greenhouse. Okay. And then you want a tablespoon of tarragon. And I know I brought my, oh, I left it over here. So since I can only get a half of a teaspoon in, I'm going to do 1, 2, that's a teaspoon, to bring this to a boil. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to bring it to the stove here. I'm going to bring it to a boil, and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, while I got that going, I thought I would start getting my canner ready. So I've got the Presto canner right here, and I am waiting for my water to get hot. And my canner requires 3 quarts of water in it. Get some hot water going here. And I'm going to put 3 quarts in my canner, and then I'm going to add some white vinegar. I have really chlorinated water here. So by using the white vinegar, it allows the jars, the outside of the jars, not to get all white and cloudy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my canner, and I have an outdoor kitchen, and I have a camp stove. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go outside, get the camp stove going, get this canner nice and hot, the water inside, because I'm going to be putting boiling water into the jars. And I'm going to add a little bit of my white vinegar. Not a lot. And I'm going to go outside and get that going. I'll be right back, okay? Okay, when I looked and saw how many, that I had 6 jars, I doubled up on the recipe. So I did make the 8 cups of the chicken broth, and I doubled up on the tarragon, and I put more garlic in it. And I'm ready to put it in the jars. But first I wanted to show you something. Yesterday I went out to my garden and I got my first grape tomato. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? I'm so excited about that. Now before I start, I need my coffee, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm going to be taking my chicken broth with the tarragon and the garlic, and I'm just scooping it up into the jars. Now what you want to do is, you can use a spacer to see how far down you are. I go by that first rim right there. That is the 1-inch head space. The next one up is the 1/2-inch head space. So you want to fill it to the 1-inch head space. Hope I have enough. I should. Okay. And I continuously stir every time because I want to make sure I get all the mixture. And if I don't have enough here, I'll just put water in, or you know what, maybe I'll put some rosemary in on the next one. Rosemary and tarragon are the 2 biggest herbs for carrots. And I grow them, so I know I'm getting some good stuff in it. Tarragon is good for many different things. You can go online and look up each herb and what they're all good for. I just make sure that I balance it out so I'm helping all of our parts of our body. I think I'm going to be close for 6 quarts. And what you want to do when you get it into, no, I'm not going to have enough. Okay. What I think I'm going to do, because I want everything in there, I'm just going to add some water to this. I'll be right back, okay? Okay, so it just needed 2 more cups of water. So, next what you want to do is you want to debubble. What that means is you want any bubbles that are inside the jar, you don't want any bubbles in there because that will create mold bacteria. So take anything. I happen to use a skewer. They use chopsticks. Really, anything can go in, and you just go around the edges a couple times. If you need to add more liquid, add more liquid at this point. I think I'm pretty good on everything here. Okay, now one of the most important things you want to do is you want to get some white vinegar water, but I use white vinegar to be even safer. Get a clean towel, rag, and wipe around your edges. This is so important in case any food particles, any of your herbs, salt, whatever it may be, is around the edges. That will stop your jar from sealing properly. And you don't want that after all the hard work you just put into it. And also it's a waste of money too. Because if it doesn't seal, you gotta eat it right away. And I don't know about you, but 6 quarts of carrots is an awful lot to eat. Okay, now you wanna get your flats. Make sure you only get one. In the past, I have made the mistake of getting more than one on, and it doesn't seal right. Okay. Put on your lids, your screw tops, screw it down, and then take your fingers and do 1 oomph. Not a big oomph. Just one little twist. And then it goes out to the canner. Make sure once you put them in the canner and you seal the top part, let it vent for 10 minutes. Put the jiggler on, wait until the jiggler jiggles, and then it's 25 minutes. Okie doke? Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing it, hopefully as much as you enjoy watching it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you haven't yet subscribed, I hope you will. Hit the like button if you liked what you saw. And again, thank you for visiting the Polettirosa Homestead. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm out in my outdoor kitchen. As you can see, the jiggler is jiggling. It's been going now for 30 minutes. I had to add 5 minutes because of my altitude. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off right now. What you have to remember, do not take the lid off. This is a pressure cooker, meaning the inside of this is filled with pressure. If you can notice right here, the little tab is up in the air. When all the pressure goes out, that tab will fall down. I would be able to take something, this will stop jiggling, and I'll be able to hit it and I won't hear any like pss, pss, pss. As long as you don't hear that and this tab is down, then you can open it. What I suggest everybody doing is after you open it, leave it for about 5 minutes just to acquaint the jars with the temperature outside. When this is all done and I've let it go the 5 minutes, I'll then bring it inside and I'll let the jars cool for roughly 12 to 24 hours. And then that finishes the sealing process. Okay, we're all done here. Again, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.